Hi, hello. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining today's session on cake updates in the month of June. So, I believe I'm audible. Right. So, we'll be beginning the session at 4 7 p.m. as more people are yet to join. So, we'll wait for a couple of minutes. So, we'll keep the session on standby mode. So, till then, I'll try to share the PPT of today's webinar. So, for your reference, just give me one quick minute. So I'll try to add it in the handout column. Just one quick minute, please. Right. It's done. You can just click on the handouts column and you would be able to download that. So till then, we'll just keep this session on standby for a couple of minutes. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining today's session. I think we are good to begin the session. We have a good number of attendees now. So I'm audible. Right, right. Okay, thank you. So today's session is not any Belsia. So right, we are beginning with the session now. Right. So in today's session, we are not concentrating on any specific topic. So we will be covering all the product updates which we got in place in the recent time in the month of June. So we'll be covering up every single topic, right from core HR to payroll, performance, and timesheets. So all the modules would be covered. Okay. So without much delay, let me just quickly share my screen so that we can go through every single update. Right. Thank you. Okay, I've shared my screen. So we are going ahead now. So right, so I believe you are aware that we will be able to give all the KK updates in this particular screen, which is called as KK updates. So if you want to just check for the module wise, you would be able to view it under the all products. So in case if you are very particular about looking only through the product updates which we got in place for the leave module, so it would be visible in this particular column. Okay, so if you are looking for the performance, only performance, then help desk expense. All right, so we'll just check if we have any update in our leave module. Okay, so in the recent, in the previous month, we have no update in the leave column. Nothing special in this KKIP as well. So coming to the performance, right? So we have few updates in the performance module, which is UI enhancements and objectives and key results. Okay, so we have some just it's not an complete update in the feature, so it's just an UI enhancement. Okay, so where you would be able to earlier there was no pop-up open whenever you want to update your what we say that objective or key result. So now what we have updated is, so whenever you try to update any objective or its progress, so a pop-up box will automatically trigger out, right? So where you can update the progress of that particular objective. So whoever client has been opted for this feature of performance management, so you would be able to see this feature in place and you would be able to experience that, right? So same applies with the key results. So whenever you try to update the progress, right, so even you would be able to view this geographical representation, like what's your target and how is it going and what's a different areas where you need to improve, so you would be able to get an experience on that, right? So that's about the sample enhancements that you see in that particular page. Okay, so we'll try to briefly study about this feedback, request feedback. So request feedback for others. Okay, so earlier in last few days we got a feature. Okay, so in last few days we got a feature where you get an option to praise anyone or give a feedback to any other team member from your team. Okay, so which I'll just show you like where you can do that. So I'll just quickly navigate to some profiles. I'll just take right. So we have the option of providing feedback whenever they do better. Okay, so here we have this. I think you are able to view it clearly. Give praise or provide feedback or give internal note or a request for feedback. So request for feedback is something which we got in place as name. So if you just check on LinkedIn, so people would be asking for, can you just give me a feedback on my profile, or so it will be visible on the timeline. Okay, similarly we got in place in for KKR as well. So whenever you require a feedback, okay, so you can just go and click on request feedback. Okay, So which core value to be reviewed? Okay, so from whom you want to get a request, I mean which employee you are requesting. So I would say, so I'm requesting Mr. Sandeep Marshall to provide a feedback upon me, and core value to be reviewed are open and respectful. So depending upon this core value, I'm asking Mr. Sandeep to provide a feedback on me. Please provide feedback. Okay. So in case if you want to add multiple employees and send the same request, okay, so you can do that multiple employees as well. So I'll just say, okay. So if I want to add, if I want to send the same message for both the employees requesting to be send a feedback for me, so I would be able to send that, right? So once I'm done, so I'll be clicking on send request. Okay. So my request has been sent successfully, right? So now where do they do, where they would be able to view that? So they need to navigate to me, performance, and continuous feedback, and there you would be having a column of feedback request. Okay, so there you would be able to select the core value, sorry, there you would be able to select the feedback request. So I'll just show it in the UI as well. Me, performance, and continuous, sorry, me, performance, and continuous feedback. Right there you have a tab called as feedback request. Like, see, Manohar Venkat has requested for please share your opinion for core value honest and integrity, right? So I'll just if I want to withdraw that request, I would be able to withdraw that. Okay, so in case if I want to continue, I would be able to continue, right? Right. So if in case if you want to withdraw, like if you don't want to capture a request from them, let's assume if they're not responding after a certain period of time. Okay. So if you want to withdraw that request, you can withdraw as well. Okay. So once the request has been raised, if you want to withdraw that request, you can also do that. Right. So what happens next? So once you click on that withdraw request, what happens next? So the request will not be shown anywhere in the system. The request will no more be under the employee's inbox on whom it is waiting on, right? Right. So once you have once the request has been initiated, okay, where it will be visible? So it would be visible under inbox and feedback request. So I think this employee doesn't have any feedback request as of now. Okay, just we'll try to add one feedback request. Just trying to add one request feedback admin. Right. So I would not be able to add myself in that particular request, so I would not be able to add that. Okay. So once you add it to that request, right, so it would be visible under inbox feedback request, and you would be able to view it here. Okay, and you would be given a text box where you would be able to provide the feedback. So depending upon the core value they have selected. Okay, so once you provide the selected, I mean once you provide the detailed matter on that, so once you click on give feedback, it would be done, right? So and it would be redirected to that particular employee profile. Okay, so if that particular employee wants to check like whom he provided feedback, so he can go to me, performance, continuous feedback, and feedbacks given. Okay, so feedbacks received is the tab where you get feedback from the other people. Okay, so feedbacks given in the sense like if you are providing feedback to someone, so that would be captured under this particular tab, which is feedbacks given. Okay, so once you are you would be able to view that in that particular tab. So in case if you are requesting for feedback, it will, if an reporting manager want to view like who has requested feedback and on whom it is waiting on, so the reporting manager would be able to view like my team, performance, feedback request. It can be a reporting manager or a department or head or anyone. Okay, so we'll just try to check in this demo account like how it will be visible. My team, performance, continuous feedback. So feedback request, like there is no pending feedback request here. So still, if I would be able to view, I would be able to view from this particular path, like what are the pending for feedback and who has requested by whom, and waiting on whom, and what's the feedback they have provided. So you would be able to capture that all activities, right? So in case if you individually want to go and give the feedback, you can also do that, right? So in case if you want to give feedback from this particular page, okay, so you would be able to do that from my team as well. Okay, so there you have an option of give feedback. Okay, so in case if you want to provide for anyone, if you want to provide a feedback, you would be able to do it from the my team. Okay, so in case if you want to request a feedback, you would be able to do that. Okay, so in case if you want to capture any special user to manage this, okay, so if you want to create a separate user for managing this complete activities of providing feedback and all, so you can create a user and you can manage like who can view that and whose feedback can that user view. So you can manage it under this custom roles and permissions. But again, it would be, this option would be available only for the clients who have opted for this add-on feature of custom roles and permissions, right? It's a very different and interesting feature which we got in recent place. Okay, so under the feedbacks column, feedbacks received, you will be able to view all the feedbacks which you have received till date. Past feedback, like from whom you have received and which date, who has requested that, if it is a self, if it is from a different teammate, you would be able to view that. Okay, so in case if you have requested for a feedback, you would be getting an email on that saying that has requested to write any feedback or suggestions that you may have his performance. Okay, so here you would be able to view like feedback for requested by, requested date on, core value, and what was the message written on that. So once you click on this, however, it will redirect to that particular page, right? So right, so in complete, in the performance and personal feedback, you would be able to view, you would be able to select the date range and you would be able to view the complete feedbacks provided by all your employees and who has provided to whom. You would be able to view the complete status of it. So even we are providing the feedbacks for the widget. In the widget as well, you would be able to view like, so how many feedbacks, if you have received any, you would be able to view it in your home page. So you can customize it and you can add that widget. Okay, so we'll just try to customize this. Add feedback receipt. Right, it's added. So I have added this widget. So I'll just click on save. Done. So right, so if I have received any feedback, it would be visible like how many feedbacks I have received till date. So it would be visible here. So in case if I want to request from the home page itself, I can also do that. So I can click on request for feedback and would be able to redirect to that. Right, so again it navigates the same page like from whom I want a feedback and what is the core value and what is the message, right? So this you can manage in that activity, right? So that's all from the performance management. So are we clear so far, like how we can manage this performance management feedback feature for the request, like, cool, right? Thank you. So we'll just try to move on to the next module, help desk. So we have no update in the help desk, like we have no features updated. So coming to the expense. Okay, so this feature was requested by many of our clients saying that whenever we are trying to update, sorry, I forgot to mention about which module, like Right. So in the expense module, so many of our clients were requesting like whenever any first level of approver is also approving, you are getting a payment option. So they want to hide that. They don't want to give payment option for this level of employee users. Okay. So what they have, they have requested for it. Okay. So what we have come up saying that, so whenever there are any multiple level of approval chains, right? So only they would be getting an option to approve it. Okay, so we have removed that the option of selecting the payment mode and payment date. Okay, so the payment date and payment mode will be selected by the final approver. Okay, so earlier this option was available for the first level of approver also. Okay, so the first level approver also need to select the paid already or yet to be paid or payment mode. Okay, so where many of our clients were experiencing a problem there because they don't want to give the lower level managers the privilege of selecting this date, because only the payroll admins or the persons who would be handling the payroll activities would need an option to finalize, like take a final action on this, like when they need to pay this amount, right? So we have removed it from the lower level of managers and we have provided the authority only to the final level of approvers for the all the expense requests. It may be an advance request or it can be an expense request. So for all those kind of requests, the payment mode will be asked only when it is a when it is a last level of approval. Okay, so let's assume if you have only one single level of approval chain. Okay, so if you don't have multiple level, then for that particular single employee, it would be asking this feature. Okay, so you should not come and ask like why it is asking me again when you have removed that option. Because so in since you have selected only one user, system would definitely would be asking like whether you want to be yet to be paid or already paid, because you have only one level of approval. Okay, so in case if you have multiple level, only the approve option will be shown for the all approvals until it's a last level of approval. Right, so that's about the expense feature updates which we got in place. So moving on to the Hydro, no recent update. So we have one good feature of the new Kekahar dashboard. Okay, so that we would be discussing in the July updates, but I can give you a glance of it, like how does it be visible. Like in the home pages, it would be visible, like how many referrals are from different portals. Like it would be capturing for the all job boards. Okay, like how many have been sourced, how many are under screening, how many are under interview. Okay, so you would be able to view all the details in detail, right? So how many is sourced on this particular date, pipeline movement. Okay, so archive regions in particular department, how many candidates have been archived. So applicants based on recruiter. Okay, so you'd be able to view time to hire. Okay, so team lead 186 people, right? So you can wave. Okay, so you can capture all this. So the reports which I have shown you right now, right? So the dashboard, it's for the global admin. Okay, and coming to the interviewer, so he would be able to be like what are his upcoming interviews and what are the feedback that he has provided, and what are pending for feedback, and what are the planned interviews per particular date. So he would be able to complete activity. Okay, right. So while coming to the admin level dashboard, so he would be able to like what is active jobs, pending offers, offers accepted, offers rejected. Right, so you would be able to build this complete in detail. So we'll try to plan it for one single day and we can go through that. So it's a quite interesting feature which is a dashboard. Like many of our clients were even asking for this feature from long, but finally it got in place. Right, so that's all in Hyro. And coming to the assets, also we have no recent update from long time. So coming to the mobile app, no update. So update in the sense we are haven't got any enhancements in the features which are available, but all the features which are available are working fine. So let's go to the updates which we got in place in the month of June for the module of core HR. Okay. So right, so earlier, so whenever there is an exit reverted, okay, so let's assume for any reason if the exit has been reverted by any of the employee, so there was a no column where you would be knowing like who reverted the exit. Okay, so earlier there was a very confusion between like we used to raise a dev request, our team used to check from the backend and provide the audit log of the changes. Okay, so for making it easy, we have brought a feature where you would be able to identify like who have canceled the exit, okay, who reverted the exit in this particular column which is called as cancelled by. Okay, so earlier we used to get only till here like status, and we used to raise a dev request for this cancel by. Really sorry for the inconvenience, there was an internet interruption at my place. I think I'm audible and visible, so I'll just quickly share my screen. Okay, so right, so is my screen visible now? So can we proceed? Okay, okay, cool. So right, so we were talking about this exit reverts column of cancelled by. Okay, so earlier there it was not visible for anyone. Like earlier, we used to capture it by creating an dev request to our team from the backend. So now we have provided in the UI itself, where you would be able to view like if any exit has been reverted, you would be able to view it under the exited by column. So like who have cancelled their exit and on which date it has been done, right? So that's one of the enhancements we got, which we got in place, which is a minor enhancement, I can say. Okay, so even in the legal entity users, so we have provided we have added an option to tag their location of the country as well. Okay, so earlier you were not able to add the country, so earlier you would be able to add only the state and details, zip code. Okay, so now we have provided the enhancement to add the location as well in the legal entities. Okay, and that's a new update. And coming to one more. Oops, I think this is done. Okay. Okay, so earlier, so whenever you are trying to update any custom field report, right? So in employee profile, you would be having certain, I'll just show you an example of it. Just give me one. So if I just navigate to any employee profile, right? Okay, so we have an option to add the custom cards here, like you're creating your own categories and adding the fields in that, right? So for uploading the data in bulk, okay, So we have an option where you can update the data in bulk. So in this particular tab of profile, so in case if you want to upload this data in bulk, so we have it under the import employee custom fields, right? So it would be available under the path of org and dashboard. Okay, so in case if you want to import this custom field data in a bulk, so you have the option of org dashboard and import employee custom fields. Okay, so earlier what used to happen is, so whenever you try to import this data, right, so if there is any column which you don't want to update, okay, which you don't want to update, if you have left it as empty, okay, so it used to override the existing data. Okay, so it used to override the existing data. Okay, so if any of your sorry, if any of you don't want to update the existing columns which has the data in it, so you can just check the columns. Okay, select columns to update. Okay, so if you select the columns which are required to update, then only those columns will be updated, and rest of the columns will remain unchanged, right? So only the columns which have been selected will get updated, and rest of the columns which remains unchanged, though you provide the data as blank, right? So this is one of the interesting update which I can say. I mean, earlier it was a lot of trouble and very problematic to update that feature now. Okay, so I think it got resolved for many of the clients. Okay, so right, so we have certain documents which get expired. Okay, so it can be a PAN card, it can be a passport. Okay, so those are certain documents which get expired after certain number of days. So it can be 2 years or 5 years, or it can change, right? So for that particular category, so if you just want to keep an automated reminder, okay, so you can navigate to this particular page, which is integrations and automatic automations and event triggers, right? Right, so I'll just show you with the path settings. Okay, so integrations and automations. Okay, so there you have the tab called as event triggers. Okay, so there you would be able to search this category. So you have this, right, document expiry reminders. Okay, so if any of the document in the employee folder are getting expired, okay, and if you want to send an automated email for that, so you can just select on this. You just need to enable this. Okay, so once you enable it, so automatically emails would be routed to that employee saying that your document has been expired. Okay, okay, so we can get it, right, so you can remind them. So even you would be able to customize that email. Okay, I'll just try to open that email. Okay, email to employee, edit. Okay, so we can say that, hi employee name, the document you have uploaded is either expired or getting to expire soon. So document details, so you can provide the so here automatically it captures the document folder name. So if you want to get the upload latest or renewed document, so you can upload it, right? So this is the email that would get triggered. So it, in case if you just want to customize it, so even you would be able to customize the email thread as well, right? So that's about the document folder, which also, this would be the email that would be routed. Okay, so let's assume there was a driving license and passport which are getting to expire on these dates. Okay, so in case if you want employee to know to renew it or upload the latest document, so you can give an option to them, right? I think this would be helpful for many of your employees as well, right? So are we clear so far? Can we proceed? I believe there are only few more updates. Okay, okay. Okay, so recently we got this medical benefits integration with Akin Care. Okay, so these days medical benefits are very essential in our daily lives in this COVID times. Okay, so in case if your organization has enabled this, sorry, in case if you want to enable it for your organizations, you need to navigate to or organization. Okay, so in case if you want to get a quotation for this, okay, so in case if you want to get for the family coverage, so you just need to click on get quotation. Okay, so that it would be routed to that particular page, Akin Care page. Okay, so what are the benefits that you receive from this Akin Care? Okay, so just give me a moment. The screen got stuck. Right. So, what are the different benefits that you would be getting? This health benefits and insurance benefits. So, we'll just check it. Easy payment terms and family coverage, pre-post hospitalization expenses, and they have around 4,000 plus hospitals. Okay, across the India, and family doctors which would who would be available 24/7. Okay, and you would be able to connect to a doctor within 45 seconds. Okay, and you can also have a health screening. Okay, so mental health checkup, discounted medicines, zero waited periods, and COVID-19 treatment, maternity covered, personal accident cover, and life insurance. Okay, so if you want to get a quotation of this for your company, so you can also click on this get quotation. So you would be able to, so you would be routed to that particular page. Okay, so it takes less than a minute to register. Okay, and right, so that's all about this medical benefit. So once you enable that, so even that would be integrated with Akika, right? Okay, so that's about this core HR module. So we'll move on to this timesheet. Okay, so in the June month, so we have only one recent update like showing floater holiday on employee timesheet. Okay, so earlier we were not showing this floater holiday. Okay, so if at any point of time if the employee is availing this floater holiday, okay, and we were not capturing this floater leave, only paid leaves were used to capture. Okay, so now we are capturing this floater leave as well. Okay, so if the employee requests for floater leaves, okay, so it would be visible like this, like the employee has requested for a floater leave, so which includes a floater leave. Okay, so the employee has requested, I mean sent for the submitted his timesheet from the date of May 31st to June 6th. Okay, so there you see a symbol of this floater leave. Okay, so if you just click on this arrow mark, so it will show you like on which day he has taken this floater leave. Okay, leave on 1st June, which is a floater. Right, so coming to the, so this is from the my team's perspective. So if you are looking it after the global admin level, so it would be visible like this. So you just need to navigate to that employee profile, or you can just check it under the timesheet pending for approval. So you would be selecting certain dates, and in that you would be able to view like what tasks they have done, and if they have taken any leave on June 1st, which is floater leave. Right. So earlier it was very hectic to just navigate to employee profile to check like if they have taken any leave or if they have been working for that particular day. So it was a tedious task for everyone, right? So no new recent updates in the engage. So coming to attendance, right? So we got one interesting feature which is OT based on shift and end time irrespective of effective hours. Okay, so let's assume there may be cases where employee doesn't complete the effective hours but works before the shift start time or after the shift end time. Okay, so there would be cases if you want to give the OT for an employee irrespective of their shift hours, so you can select this, right? So in OT configuration, so earlier we used to provide only additional work hours after employees have completed their effective gross hours or effective hours, right? So After that, we have provided a new option, which is all hours before shift start time, irrespective of employee's completion of beside employee's completion of required effective or gross hours. Okay, so I'll just give you an example of it. Okay, so let's assume the employee has a shift from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, so the employee shift is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, but the employee, due to some his personal reasons, he came to the office at 7 a.m. and he worked till 2 p.m. Okay, so for the morning shift, so that means he had worked 2 hours of OT in the morning. Okay, so which is 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay, so in case if you want to, though the employee doesn't complete the effective hours or gross hours for the particular day. Okay, so in case if you want to provide those 2 hours which he has did prior the work hours, if you want to provide the OT, so you need to select this option, which is all hours before the shift start time. Okay, so once you enable this, what happens is system will auto capture all the shift hours even before the shift hours, which for the OT calculation, right? So coming to the payroll, right? So one interesting feature we got is, so whenever you generate an form 24Q, right? So earlier you would not be able to download the generation history. Okay, so you would be able to only download the succeeded file, right? So what we have done is now, so we have provided the generation history. Okay, so where you would be able to view the complete history of the generation, like pastly when was the form 24Q generated. Okay, so what was the status of it, and if you can download the file and who generated the file at what time. So you'll be able to capture all these details on the generation history. So earlier you used to have only this tab of form 24Q. So if the file has been generated, system used to give the generated file. Okay, so earlier you don't have the option to view the history and all. So right now we got it in place where you would be able to download the history of it as well, right? So even we got this feature where you can, let's assume if you want to update the pay group assignments, right? Let's assume if you want to assign a pay group for a few selected employees. Okay, so earlier the report used to get downloaded for all the employees. Okay, so if you want to update the pay group only for few set of employees based upon the department, okay, so you can just once you click on this Excel template, right? Okay, so you will be getting an option to select any specific period of joining or any set of departments or business units or locations or cost center or job title. Okay, so if you want to update only for particular job titles the pay group, so you can also do that. So what happens is once you select these filters, automatically the report gets downloaded. So once the data gets downloaded, you will be able to update the data in a bulk, right? So the data will be also the lesser, the time to update will get resumed, right? So those are the few updates, right? So we are done with the product updates in the month of June. Okay, so we have covered from all the modules, we have covered everything. So let me know if you have any questions on this so that we can have a Q&A quickly. Shiba, right? So you would be getting the recording to your email ID which you got registered. Okay, so any particular module that you're looking after to have a webinar session so that we'll arrange it on? So if you are looking for any specific module to have a webinar on, okay, so any module that you want more explanation or more understanding better in a detailed way, so we'll try to arrange it in the next session. So if you have any such suggestions, you can just post it in the chat box. Okay, so we have few suggestions from Sumitra saying investment declaration. Okay, good. So let me just quickly make a note of them as well. So we have one for investment. Rashmi. Hi, Rashmi. So if you are new to Keka, it would be great if you can schedule a call with our one of our product specialists. So what they will do, they'll make you walk through the complete features. Okay. So right from the dashboard, like what are the things available and what are the things that you can configure and how you can play around the complete module. So everything would be captured. Okay. So we have one for investment declaration. Mm, and one from Aruna Sudha for leave and payroll. Aruna, if you remember, so we have in the last week itself, we have done the payroll management, like how you can run the payroll and what are the different steps need to be followed. We'll try to share you the recordings of all the previous sessions. You can also go through that if they are helpful for you. Sorry, again, an internet interruption. Right. So Aarti has shared a recording link. I mean, sorry, YouTube channel link. So this is our YouTube channel, which is KKHR, where all our webinar recordings will be available. Okay. So once you click on that subscribe button, so whenever a new video has been uploaded, all of the webinar, it will be available on that link. Right. So even you would be getting a trigger on that saying that new video has been uploaded. These days, YouTube is the new trend. I think it's going on. Right. So Sumitra, I'm not clear on how to work on for 24Q. Right, Sumitra, if you can just elaborate more, or you can drop an email to our support team, which is support@keka.com, or you have an live chat available from the time period of 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So we will be able to assist you on that. So leave year end process from Manju. Right, Manju, even we are planning to do that, but I feel okay, we can plan for that. But I think leave year end process needs to be done at the end of the year, because so in the peak periods, okay, so when you are initiating those year end processes, so it would be easy for you as well, because if you do it now, okay, and there may be cases like people may forget, so that's the reason we want to do it at that peak time itself. Thank you. Salary slip and offer letter in Hindi. Rashmi, I'm sorry to say that, but I feel it's not possible to provide it in Hindi. So we don't have the flexibility for creating the offer letter in Hindi. I'm sorry. Auditor asking the same for workers. Rashmi, did I miss anything? Auditors is asking for the same for workers. Rashmi will check on it, Rashmi, because I'm not sure, because as far as I know, like, but we would not be able to create anything in Hindi as of now? Definitely, we made a note of it. So if you can also drop an email to support@kk.com, we'll try to assist you on that. Okay, so I feel there are no more questions. So we'll try to just quickly wind up the session for today. Okay, so we'll try to meet again you on next Thursday or Friday. You again with a new interesting session. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Have a nice weekend.